Hello everybody, it's Philly Kuts with another Hump Day Haul. We are on number 94, where I get together with you guys each week and I talk about my stack of overpriced brand new comic books. And the stack is pretty short this week. Can you believe it? I think for the first time since I've started doing the Hump Day Haul, there are no DC books in this poll. I'm not sure what DC's up to, but they released like a few annuals. I think Deathstroke. They released Dark Knight 3, number 5, which I haven't been reading. I'm waiting for that to come out and trade. And then a bunch of other knickknacks and miscellaneous stuff that I'm not interested in. So, no DC. I probably shouldn't be wearing my Green Lantern shirt. I think that comes out next week, though. But I want to thank some of you out there who congratulated me on reaching 3,000 subs. However, YouTube has done one of its purges. Every once in a while, YouTube will purge, I guess, dead accounts. And my subscriber count stands at this moment at 2,973. So back to the drawing board for the 3,000 subs. That's why I always kind of wait, like when I hit like 1,000, when I hit like 2,000 subs. I always waited until I got to about 2,100, about 100 over, and then do a shout-out video and stuff like that. So I'll probably do that when that happens. And at the rate that I gain subs, it'll probably be in like 6 months, because it's about how long it takes. I've been on YouTube since about 2010, I think, if I remember. Yeah, around there. So, yeah, you do the math. The subs kind of just creep in for me, that's all. But here's what we got this week, folks. Very short haul. I only got 4 books. We got Darth Vader, number 22. And we got Kieran Gillen writing. Salvador LaRocca doing the artwork. Now, this woman here with the funny goggles on the cover here, her name is Tulan Voidgazer. And she has it out. She has it out for Darth Vader. She's part of Silo's crew. Darth Vader has gotten back into the good graces of the Emperor, and he needs to track down Silo. Well, Tulan Voidgazer is one of Silo's henchmen, and she has a big surprise for Darth Vader. It is a Cyberanimate Rancor. So just imagine a Rancor on steroids, right? Because if anything is bigger and badder than anything that it was before, it's on steroids. That's right. Don't remember the Rancor? Yes, you do. You remember in Return of the Jedi when Luke Skywalker got put down into the pit by Jabba the Hutt, had to fight that big creature, put like a bone in its mouth and stuff. Well, they're having fun with this because Darth Vader's got to deal with this Rancor that has all kinds of cybernetic improvements. Tulan says she's a woman of science. Vader is a man of faith. I guess we'll see who wins out. I mean, come on. Do we even have to guess who's going to win out here? Please. The other interesting storyline in this is that BT and 000, those are Darth Vader's special assassin droids. Think Dark C-3PO and R2-D2. They have tracked down Dr. Aphra. Now, is she going to be able to get out of the mess that she's in? They've tracked her down. Are there some loopholes in the programming that will get Dr. Aphra, out of this jam? I'm not going to let you guys know, but that's what's afoot. So this series is about to wrap up, folks. We are in the final story arc, Book 4, Book 4, Part 3, and I believe Darth Vader is going to be peace by issue number 24. So, it's coming to an end, people. It's coming to an end. A great series. I thought Gillian wrote a good Darth Vader. His cunning, very tricky, very crafty, and he put the Lord in Lord Vader, let me tell you. All right, on to Dark Horse. Now, I was going to get Aliens Defiance number 3 that was supposed to be out according to Fresh Comics, but I went to the shop and there's no solicitation for it, and they are not sure when that book's going to come out. So I only have one book from Dark Horse. We have Lobster Johnson, Metal Monsters of Midtown, number 2 of 3, and I love this cover by the artist here. Oh my god, I'm going to mess his name up. Tanzik Zonjuk. I can't say his name. Can you? Tansi Zonjuk. Sounds very Eastern European. If you read in the last issue, there were these giant robots that committed a bank heist. But the interesting thing was, they left all the money. So they broke into this bank, kind of confusing, confused the cops, confused Lobster Johnson and his crew. They're like, what was the purpose of this? And who built these robots? That was the big question. What is the deal with these robots? Well, in this issue, we find out some answers through the power of investigation, because that's what Lobster Johnson does. We learn about a mysterious woman who has connections. There she is here. And she's very rich. She's like a socialite. It may not look that way there because she's in a bad part of town. But she has connections to these robots. Now, also in this story, we learn about the origins of these robots, and we're introduced to another character who is spelunking down in this cave, looks of Asian persuasion, and we learn a bit about the origin of these robots. So another thing that's cool about this book as well is that Lobster Johnson's crew is being fleshed out a bit more, which is kind of cool. It's usually kind of a solo book with him. But like in The Spirit of Baltimore, another Mignola book, his crew is being fleshed out a bit more. So you might want to check it out. Lobster Johnson. I just love that name, man. Lobster Johnson. All right, Image. We got 2 books. Now, there was a big break, I think almost 2 months between issue number 7 and now issue number 8. Look at the holy sacrifice. Brian Busoletto, Tony Infante doing the artwork. This is basically a story about a cult. A man named Travis who was born out of this cult. His mother was a member of the cult. And we have 2 different stories going on here. We're going back to the late 80s, where we're following Travis's mother and how she got involved with the cult, along with numerous other women. And this man, I think his name is David, if I remember correctly, has fathered many children out of this cult. But some of the cult members, they want out. So if you read in the last issue, Travis's mother was trying to get out. She was trying to find a way out, because they knew that something bad was going to happen. And this is what it looks like was happening in this 2-page Tony Infante spread. It looks like we got a lot of sacrifice going on here, right? A lot of these cults and Jim Jones styles, they may off each other in such a fashion. So they were smart to get out. This is a great story. It's a very, very slow burn. Travis is part of a support group. He has anger issues, so he's been mandated by the courts to attend a support group for orphans. Basically, the whole crux of the story is that he's trying to track down his father. He's trying to find out who he is. And the more that he uncovers, the more that he digs up, the scarier the situation gets for him. And he finds his life in danger. Now, the cool thing, too, is that the leader of the support group, the facilitator of the support group, is involved with the cult. So it's just cool how everything kind of pans out and fleshes out, and how you as the reader are privy to information that some of the characters are not. So it's kind of cool in that regard. But it's a very, very slow burn. So you may want to pick up the trade if you haven't already. I think you can get it, issues number 1 through 5, I think, in true Image style. they release the first trade for the first arc usually for $10. So you order it online. At a lot of places you could probably get it for $5 or $6. So I say it's definitely worth the read. The plot thickens. Travis uncovers more and more. I recommend it, dudes. Sons of the Devil, number 8. All right, and then finally, another Image book. This book was on hiatus. I don't know. They released like issues 1 through 4. Boom, 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 you know, rapid succession each month. And then there was something like a 3 or 4 month wait for the final issue, issue number 5. Now, there was always a little story in the back of this book about Plutonia. Plutonia is a superhero in this world. She died, or we are led to believe that she has died, and she has been found by a group of high school kids lying dead in the woods. Now, there was like a 2-page separate story in the back of each book that kind of explained how Plutonia ended up where she was. Because she was in a battle with the Wasp, the White Wasp. Now, I'm not going to ruin it for you guys, but the cat is out of the bag within the first 2 pages. They reversed the order. The story's no longer in the back, the little story. They moved it up front. I'm probably not making any sense at all. I'm sorry. I did not prepare very well for this. But basically, finding this dead superhero is starting to tear these high school kids apart. And things get really, really dangerous for Teddy. He starts acting very strange. He actually goes back to where Plutonia was by himself. He starts cutting into her fingers because he wants to get some of her blood. He cuts open his own finger, and he thinks that if he mixes his blood with that of Plutonia's, he's going to acquire all these superpowers like her, like she has. Guess he's going to think he's going to be, you know, R. Kelly. He believes he can fly. You know what I'm saying? Causes a lot of unrest between the kids. This leather jacket fellow here actually ended up stabbing Teddy at the end of issue number 4. Well, Teddy takes exception to that, pulls the knife out. He's kind of saying to himself, you can't hurt me because I'm a superhero. Takes that knife and slashes him, Al-Qaeda style, across the face. And, yeah, things get really, really hot, thick, and heavy. But I don't want to ruin it for you guys because some unexpected stuff does happen in here. And it looks like Jeff Lemire, who is an awesome writer. I like him mainly for his work on Descender. But he really nails like the high school dialogue in this, you know, how they can kind of rag on one another and the whole teen angst thing. He does a great, great job with that, and I really love the artwork as well by Amy Lennox. It reminds me of Zelda, the Wind Waker. If you're familiar with that game, it was the shell-shaded version of Zelda because she really tells the story through the eyes, you know. The eyes of the characters are so expressive, and it's what I really love. And I'm probably giving stuff away here by flipping through the pages and showing you guys, but the eyes really do tell the story, and I love it. And I enjoyed this book, so check it out, dudes. Plutonia, number 5. All right, guys, that's it. It's probably one of the shortest Hump Day hauls I've ever done. We're getting in under 15 minutes. I don't even know if I could pick a cover of the week. I guess I can. We're going to go with Lobster Johnson, people. Loving that old car at the bottom of the sea. All right, guys, let me know what you're liking, what you're disliking. I'm sorry I've been a bit behind on answering the comments in my other videos, but I'm going to make every effort to get that done by this weekend. You know, work's just been crazy, and I do the best I can do, but I always appreciate it when you guys leave me your comments and your feedback. All right. That's been another Hump Day haul. Bye!